Morning, I'm Oviday Shrestha. Let's begin with the main stories. Parliamentary Hearing Committee yet again indecisive on the endorsement of Chief Justice. Meeting suspended until tomorrow. Local governments fail to expedite development expenditure. 44 billion rupees allocated by the centre remains stagnant. Zimbabwe's opposition MDC alliance alleges governing ZANU-PF party of rigging Monday's elections. 3 people killed in the capital after troops opened fire on rioting opposition supporters. And Nepal loses to hosts Netherlands by 55 runs in its debut one-day internationals. Nepal's batting collapse, the main reason for the loss. The Parliamentary Hearing Special Committee remained indecisive yesterday as well with regard to the endorsement of proposed Chief Justice Deepak Raj Joshi. The committee's next meeting has been slated for tomorrow. The lawmakers of both the ruling Nepal Communist Party and the main opposition Nepali Congress showed up around 2 hours late in the meeting slated for yesterday afternoon. Right after reaching the meeting room, the lawmakers started holding discussions by dividing in separate groups regarding the appointment of the Chief Justice. After 4 hours of discussion in different stages, the senior-most parliamentary member, Lakshman Lal Karna, announced the postponement of the committee meeting by 2 days. The ruling party has 2/3 majority in the 15-member hearing committee required to nullify the appointment of Deepak Raj Joshi. The lawmakers of the ruling faction had reached the meeting venue with the intention of rejecting the appointment. The main opposition Nepali Congress had, however, warned to boycott the meeting in case Joshi's appointment was invalidated. Meanwhile, security personnel have been deployed for all the lawmakers of the ruling faction in the committee from yesterday onwards, citing increased threat to their security. Meanwhile, Nepali Congress has submitted their list of candidates paving way for the formation of the parliamentary committees after almost 6 months since the first parliamentary assembly was held. The parliament can now form the required 14 committees for both the upper and lower houses. Speaker of the Parliament Krishna Bahadur Mahara had requested all the parties to submit their name list after the parliamentary regulations were approved 1.5 months ago. However, the main opposition Nepali Congress did not submit their name list as the ruling faction rejected their demand of leadership in 4 of the committees, thereby impeding the formation of the parliamentary committees. But the obstruction has ended as Nepali Congress submitted their name list with the leadership of the committees yet to be finalized. 10 of the committees are to be formed under House of Representatives, 4 under National Assembly, and 1 as a joint committee. Among the total 16 committees, the Parliamentary Hearing Committee has already been formed and has started its work as well. The ruling party is planning to take the leadership in 8 of the 10 committees while giving 1 each to the main opposition Nepali Congress and Sanghiya Samajwadi Forum. The formation of the parliamentary committees is crucial as the parliament cannot function effectively without them and cannot proceed with important works like the formulation of laws concerning the general public or making the government accountable. Similar to the central government, the spending capacity of the local governments also appeared feeble during the last fiscal year. Around 44 billion rupees has remained stagnant at banks as the local levels fail to spend the budget allocated by the center. The government allocated more than 200 billion rupees for the local levels last year. However, the failure to spend the amount means around 44 billion rupees has remained unused in the local government accounts. The lack of adequate human resources has been attributed as the main reason in failing to spend the budget. The tussle for rights and authority remained persistent since the election of public representatives, owing to the fact that the federal structure was new to Nepal. This led to some dilemma in the operation in the embryonic phase of the system. The local level also could not spend the aid received from the central government due to the lack of technical human resources. The local governments faced numerous challenges as they were void of public representatives for a long period of time and also because of the drastic changes in the previous structures. It is apparent that the new public representatives failed to the previous structures and prioritize their tasks. In addition to that, the local levels that previously were implementing a few projects with a limited aid amount could not well understand the 4 kinds of aids. They faced further issues in the absence of a uniform system to record expenses. Overall, the entire spending capacity of the local government appeared weak. The central government provides 4 kinds of aid to the local government. Despite the allocation of a lump sum amount under special aid this year, they are to receive around 200 billion rupees under financial equality and conditional aid. Welcome back. The attraction of the investors on FPO has recently declined, apparently due to being allocated at higher market rates than usual. In this context, we had asked the residents of Rupandehi and Chitwan regarding what they think is the reason behind the decline of the public's attraction towards FPO. Let's now take a look at what they had to say.
Public voice.
शेयर बजार प्रतिको हेर्ने सरकारी दृष्टिकोण नै क्लियरसँग आएको छैन के अब अर्थमन्त्रीले नै के भन्दिनुहुन्छ
विशेष गरी अर्थमन्त्रीको अलिकति पुँजी बजार सम्बन्धी अलिकति नकारात्मक प्रतिक्रियाले झन् त्यसलाई नेगेटिभ मलजल गरेको देखिन्छ
ब्याज दरले पनि र नयाँ त्यो ट्याक्सहरुले पनि गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ अलिअलि चाहिँ कम भएको
पैसाको अभावले होइन कि यहाँ लगानीको वातावरण नभएर लगानी नभएको हो वातावरण बनाउने काममा अर्थमन्त्रीले ध्यान दिनु पर्यो
सरकार परिवर्तन हुँदा एउटा सरकार आउँदा शेयरको कारोबार मूल्य बढ्ने अर्को आउँदा घट्ने त्यसरी गर्दा लगानीकर्ताले महँगो मूल्यमा किनेको शेयर घट्छ कि भन्ने पनि एउटा त्यो दुविधा छ
It's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And here's your question. What's your take on the local level's failure to expedite budget expenditure? Your options are A, lack of capacity, B, no determination, and C, traditional mechanism. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And it's time now for sports news.
Sports news.
Nepal lost its debut match of the one-day internationals to the Netherlands by 55 runs yesterday. In the historic match played at the VRA ground in Amsterdam yesterday, host Netherlands won the toss and elected to bat first. Nepalese bowlers picked up wickets at regular intervals and bowled out the Netherlands for 189 runs in 47.4 overs. Michael Rippen, who scored 51 runs, was the top scorer for the Netherlands. Bas de Lead also contributed 30 runs to the Netherlands total, while Ben Cooper chipped in 20 runs. Skipper Paras Khadga, who grabbed 4 wickets, was the pick of the bowlers for Nepal. Sompal Kami also picked up 3 wickets. Chasing a target of only 190 runs for victory, Nepal was bowled out after scoring 134 runs in 41.5 overs and lost the match by 55 runs. The opening pair of Gyanendra Malla and Anil Shah laid a good foundation for Nepal by providing a partnership of 58 runs. But Nepal couldn't take advantage of the good start. Nepal's second wicket of skipper Paras Khadga fell when 85 runs were on the board. After skipper Khadga's departure, wickets fell on a regular basis and Nepal was finally bowled out for 134 runs. Nepal witnessed a batting collapse as the last 8 wickets fell for only 49 runs. Vice-captain Gyanendra Malla, who scored 51 runs off 61 balls, was the highest run scorer for Nepal. Dipendra Singh Airi contributed 33 runs, while opener Anil Shah chipped in 21 runs, and skipper Paras Khadka was able to score only 12 runs in the losing effort. Bowlers Fred Klassen, Michael Rippen, and Peter Silar all picked up 3 wickets each for the Netherlands. Nepal's second and final ODI match against the Netherlands will be played in Amsterdam tomorrow at 2:45 p.m. Nepal time. The live coverage of that match will air on Kantipur television. And now, before wrapping up, here's a look at the top stories once again. Parliamentary Hearing Committee yet again indecisive on the endorsement of Chief Justice. Meeting suspended until tomorrow. Local governments fail to expedite development expenditure. 44 billion rupees allocated by the center remains stagnant. Zimbabwe's opposition MDC alliance alleges governing ZANU-PF party of rigging Monday's elections. 3 people killed in the capital after troops opened fire on rioting opposition supporters. And Nepal loses to host Netherlands by 55 runs in the debut one-day internationals. Nepal's batting collapse, the main reason for the loss. And that's all for the moment. Our next English bulletin will air at 11 this morning. Keep watching Kantipur Television HD for more news and entertainment. Thank you for watching. Have a good morning.